But when I was able to finally get the sack off, his legs were flailing because he needed oxygen. No, Fatty McFats. You actually aren't so fat anymore. But you got a nice bag for a heifer. So here's a good sign. Here's a little pixel right here. Right here. There she is. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. Alright. It is a really nice Monday afternoon. Actually has been a little bit of a busy day. Not super busy, I mean, not crazy. But had one really early this morning, around 2 o'clock, and Mom is not overly friendly. Oh, he's starting to wake up a little bit. This is actually the first time I've actually seen him up. I know he's been moving around this pen in here, so it's not the first time he's been up. So I had seen him on the cameras maybe around, oh, what time was this? Another 1:30, quarter to 12. It was like another 1:30, quarter to 2 type of thing. And then a couple minutes, I had seen the sack out, and I just kind of set a little vibrating alarm on my phone for 20 minutes later, just in case I had fallen back asleep. But then I checked 10 minutes later, well, then the calf's out. So I'm kind of just looking at him, and then I'm like, oh crap, I just realized that the sack's still on his head. So I quick jumped out of bed, got out here. So it was maybe 5, 6, 8 minutes that he had the sack on his face, and by the time I actually got into the pen, also Mom's kind of a crab. She's a great mom, but she is kind of a crab, especially right at calving time. But when I was able to finally get the sack off, his legs were flailing because he needed oxygen. And then I wasn't able to really do a great job of trying to get him to kind of snort that stuff out. So he had kind of a slow start this morning. So right now he's actually looking the best he's looked all day. So
he's got nuts.
And he's got nuts. Yes, he does. I think he'll be just fine, especially after what we're seeing now. But if he doesn't jump on in the next 30 minutes or so, we'll probably still give him a bottle, probably give him a Bosey shot yet today, and then keep an eye on him. But we do have to do some moving around because this one, the one outside, we're all full up already. All right, so then we've got 313, that solid black factor cowboy cut granddaughter. Yeah, she's right there, 83 pounds. I will say, for the most part, the vast majority of Factor's calves, spot on for weight. Really nice. This dude, she's 5 years or 6 years? I think she's 6 years. And him, maybe he's 90 pounds. Really nice size. And if you're kind of new to the channel and you ever wonder why, Chris, why do you keep telling us all the birth weights or how they calved or how they're doing? That's part of the goal of the channel, is to tell you guys and give you information about the Simmental breed. There's still a huge stigma out there of the 1970s Simmentals that had every calf 120 pounds. They're just not that way. There's good calving knees in the Simmental breed. Some of you guys might look at it and be like, oh my god, that's a mature cow and she's having a 90-pound calf. That's insane. I have 80-pound calves out of mature cows. My cows can never handle that. Well, it's partly breed, it's region, weather, feed. There's so many factors in it. But for our conditions, our climate, our feed, these are the calves we get, and that's the vast majority of the time our cows handle them just fine. You also got to remember too, some of these calves, they're slightly bigger framed, probably have an extra 5 maybe 10 pounds just in bone, because they have longer legs and they're a little bit framier when they're born. I mean, you look at this dude, he's probably 2 or 3 inches taller than he really needs to be. But he took after mom. She's solid red, he's solid red. And I'll throw a picture in of who she came out of, and you might be surprised on why she's solid red and he's solid red. But we got to get some pictures for the gram, right? Yeah, if you want maybe slightly more up-to-date pictures or little videos or something, I don't post a whole lot, but you can follow me on Instagram, Ohrmundt Simmentals. So, all right, it is day 2 feeding out on the, what we call the heifer pasture. We used to rotate this into like a bunch of different chunks, just actually pinwheel this field on its own. And we had like our first AI group, heifer group, would be in here. Come on, guys. Hup, 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 hup. But this just gives me a chance to go around and check everybody out. You know, some of them, they did get a little bit of dirty butts, but most of that's just weather related, the different changes in weather. You know, the essential bull, he actually got it pretty good. This is where these guys are gonna clean up. They're gonna get healthier, they're out of the mud. Again, yes, we put more animals back in the loafing shed, but they have more than enough space. They can get in the loafing shed, they can get out of the weather. All right, so we're bringing our bale out for them for tonight. No, Fatty McFats. You actually aren't so fat anymore. But you got a nice bag for a heifer. When I do this for opening gates for dad and stuff, and I'm just really waiting for him to spread that out, then I get to look everybody over and admire dudes like that. I think we're definitely going to try and put Kingpin back on barb again. Yeah, for some reason, the little HP75, I forgot to write down that he's a factor, but I know he is. It's not a huge deal. I really just put that sire up on top, as that's my reminder. MM is moneymaker. Oh, and then factor. KP is Kingpin. So then you got this little Kingpin heifer, MP60. So that's Core May's daughter. And we got Pixel over here. We're pretty darn sure we're gonna keep her, because that's another photo daughter. So to keep on that whole picture photo thing, and you need a P letter, right? Photo. Keep charging into me a little bit. I know. Hey, don't get so sassy. Getting sassy in your old age. So to keep with that photo and a P letter, you want a Pixel. But I do have to find out if she is a True Justice daughter. She was a few days late on True Justice. But is she True Justice, or is she a factor? Honestly, I'll take either. I really will. The only reason why I question it a little bit is the DJ's heifer. And maybe I get her DNA tested too. Maybe she was just really late for an essential. But they kind of have the same blaze markings. At least very similar. So, but the moms do look, DJ and Photo actually look very, very similar themselves. The whole 6 animals that are left out here, we gave them like a third of a bale because I need hay downstairs, and then we'll drop the rest of it upstairs and I can roll it down. All right, it is Tuesday afternoon. And we got like a ½ inch of rain today. It was like a little bit of thunderstorms too. I think the black heifer from yesterday, I do think she was sucking. Because she definitely looks plump in the gut. And the teats look nice and clean. And she looks nice and healthy, good and perked up. That's a good looking calf right there. And then the red one, who had a little bit of a slow start due to his lack of oxygen. Oh, somebody escaped. Won't put you back. But he's doing real well. We need to put you back. You look like you escaped and now you're hungry. Oh yeah, she's been out for a little while. Went right to sucking. Yeah, see, they don't care about hay. They're like, don't give us hay. We want our silage. The other nice thing too, other than, you know, checking everybody out, making sure everybody's doing good, is I'm also checking out the cows. One, see if they came into heat at all. Like Barb had. She's got some scuff marks on her tailbone and on her back of her hip pins there. Dad's just dumping out his piles. But also kind of keeping an eye on like condition, checking them out for that, seeing how their bags are holding up, which they should, obviously. These calves are only a month old. You know, just keeping an eye on everybody. All right, everybody in the barn seems to be good to go. Even the slow start red one. He is up and he is going to town. Look at the flash on this one. That's pretty nice. All right, I think that's pretty much it for one day. I got to shovel off this pad because it's starting to dam up water. And if we get more rain, which we're supposed to in the next couple of days, we'll wander around in the barn. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, it is Wednesday afternoon. Starting out today, I want to grab our little 301 Bold Ruler daughter. I think she's the only one that I want. All right, firm ground. Whew. She's second calver. She's also, she could use a little extra groceries, or at least start getting a little extra groceries. She's actually been looking better. All right, I got the one that I wanted. There's only one other one I'd maybe bring in, the CF913. Come on, girl. All right, we're out feeding silage to the pairs. And then we just check everybody out again. We're looking for droopy ears. We're looking for butts that are still wet. Also double checking for like swollen navels. I mean, all little signs that something could be wrong. Like, he's got a crusty butt, but it's not wet, so he's still getting over it. This is Jeff. And then you look for droopy ears, which we'll have to keep an eye on Pixel. She's a little droopy, but the Kingpin bull calf did just ride the crap out of her, so we'll keep an eye on her. Well, we kept everybody moving through the circle. So 913 is now in here. She was in here. We got everything bedded down real nice in the barn. And we got 301 in here. That's the one on the left. So she's the new kid on the block. 913's calf's doing really, really well. And 53, Mr. Slow Start, he's doing really, really well. Weighed and tagged, came in at 88 pounds. So for that cow, absolutely perfect. So she had socks last year. Bull calf last year, bull calf this year. This year, 88 pounds. Last year, 97. So, yeah. Very nice calf. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. The only thing I got to do right now, I got to go let the bulls back into their area because I haven't done that yet. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. It is Thursday, but it is also my Friday. Today is what I jokingly used to joke with my grandma and tell her happy Monday, Thursday, because it is Maunday, Thursday. Tomorrow's Good Friday, and I used to always have Good Friday off. So I still take it off. It's kind of nice just in case there's any family stuff. We're not really going anywhere for Easter this year, or at least we don't have to go anywhere for Easter this year. But just scoping everybody out. I will say, I really like the way this 913 heifer looks. So again, this is our dynamic Bruno daughter. She is our first, from our herd bulls, our first Fleck herd bull. She is our first daughter in production from him. EL50 was supposed to be the other one, but obviously we had our issues with her. But she is doing really good, and I really like the way this girl looks. So she would be on the maybe list. Honestly, overall, the calves coming out of our purebreds from our full-blood bulls have been really, really good. And I still think they get just a smidge of heterosis, only because if you look at the way black Simmentals or solid red Simmentals are in the U.S., you know, they're anywhere from 7/8. If they're purebreds, they're anywhere from 7/8 to like probably 15/16 is probably the vast majority of the purebreds. So then you throw a Simmental on there that is 100%. I think you get a little bit of heterosis. A little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit. All right, time to start checking everybody out. I see little Pixel, and she's still a little droopier, but she's trotting along with everybody else. All right, Pixel gets one more day. If she looks pretty droopier tomorrow, then I think we'll catch her and we'll give her a shot. She's not like raspy breathing or nothing. She's just a little droop-eared, but you don't know what's causing that either. So these cows don't need a full bale, but we're gonna give them a full bale so that these calves have a lot of places that they can snuggle into and get warm and get dry. I'm gonna set up a needle. We're gonna go out there and we'll give that calf a shot. Just give her a little something, help her get over whatever she's got. You know, it's like sometimes you look at an animal, you can only look at an animal so many times and you're kind of like, I just don't like the way she looks. So it's better to hit them a little bit early than hit them a little bit late. Yesterday was the first day we noticed that there was any kind of issues, and plus with the weather today, the odds of her looking much better tomorrow, probably not too favorable. All right, we're gonna finish this day out in the barn because it's out of the wind, out of the rain, and it just feels nicer. So everybody's still pretty decent. Back pen's good. 913's good. North of the border crew is good. Nala factor, everybody's all set up. It did give that calf a shot. Was able to actually, didn't even need the calf catcher. Was able to sneak up on it and actually just straddle. Hey, how's it going? All right, it is Friday afternoon. We're in the shop. Did some house stuff this morning. I got the day off today. Sorry, you're on the phone because I started doing this huge data dump on, like, from my camera to my computer and taking files off my computer, and it said like, oh, it's gonna take like 4 hours. Well, okay. So you might get all phone footage today, but out in the shop working on the 42. We got the correct steering arms put on, put the tie rods back on. We think the tie rods are okay. We had to put a washer under there to try and suck them up a little bit more. Grease the spindles right away. There definitely is a draw on the battery because we hooked everything up and it was deader than a doornail. But yeah, as you can see, we got the, if you didn't see in a previous video, we got the steps put on. Battery box and cover is all good to go. And what I'm working on right now is that battery box, like the little panel right above it, and it had like this emblem right here, and basically just wanted to grind that off and repaint it. Well, there's not even primer on this thing. It was just one layer of paint. So we're gonna primer it up and then we'll paint it up this weekend. All right, it is feeding time. Got those steering arms done. What else? Oh, I got that panel primed like I talked about. And then we started looking at the door latch. I think the door latch is probably mostly just like a combination of a missing spring or a spring that fell out or something like that. All right, just kind of trying to figure out what I need in the barn. I won't show you a whole lot of feeding, only because you guys have seen so many feedings. We'll also be able to go out and see a little Pixel when we gave her a shot yesterday. I did see her up by the fence when I was driving by, and she did look at me and her ears were up a little bit. So we'll get a closer look at her and see if she perked up. All right, so we are scoping everybody out. We're gonna feed over in this corner because they do get a little bit of a windbreak from that manure pile. So here's a good sign. Here's a little Pixel right here. Right here. There she is. A little droop-eared, but that is much improved from yesterday. She didn't want to have nothing to do with anything that involved energy. I love it. That's awesome. So that is definitely kind of the results you want. Like, could we have waited a day? Sure. Could we have gotten the same result tomorrow? Sure. But again, with any kind of drug, you want to hit them earlier than you do later. And the essential bull is not very smart because he's not getting out of the way. Come on, buddy. So Dad was wondering how that calf was doing. So I pointed him out and she's right in front of me. But I'm looking at her tag and I'm like, why did I write factor on there? She's supposed to be a true justice. So Chris, note to self, you wrote factor on her tag and she's a true justice. Supposed to be a true justice. We'll grab a DNA sample on her. So I should try and do it sooner than later. Cows are playing with the bales and it's pissing Dad off. This guy right here is another dude too. Where'd he go? Yeah, there he is. So that is a moneymaker out of a top grade. So he is a stocky son of a gun. And then Pixel and Photo. So she's doing much better. Unfortunately, she has to deal with more ice tonight. Yeah, he is a dude. He will probably definitely make the keeper pen for bulls. So this is definitely a much needed bedding. And it's only been like in the last few days that it's gotten like this because of the weather we've had. So I'm just kind of manning the door and make sure nobody comes and bugs us. All right, it is silage time. So, hey, Gibbs Essential Heifer out of our bold ruler. It's really nice to see all these guys running around after that ice storm. And of course, as I'm saying that, it's starting to mist. And then you got this big ass boy. And I mean, like, he's got a big butt. I really like that guy. So potentially, might be a kingpin bull for sale next spring. That little kingpin heifer though she's gonna stay. But it has been so nice having this corn silage. So we're definitely looking to have about the same amount this next fall. All right, we're gonna end up in the barn for today. Yeah, we're gonna call this the end of the video. It is Good Friday, so hope you guys had a great Friday. You know, happy Friday. I forgot to actually say that, but it's because I'm throwing off with the camera on my phone. I'm throwing off with the phone. So yeah, happy Friday. It is Good Friday. So it is Easter weekend. So I hope you guys have a great weekend coming up. It is the end of the video. It is the end of the day, end of the weekend. I'm gonna go grab a fish fry because, well, we want one. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Please smash that like button on your way out. And if you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Help support us here at Ohrmundt Simmentals. And as always, thanks for coming along.